The Titans are in training camp for over a week now, and they have a practice in the stadium under their belt. And what's a better way to talk all things Titans within bringing another Titans content creator in and a very special guest and friend of the show? Without further ado, Shane, start us up.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast. Talking Titans.
With the first pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Cameron Ward, quarterback, Miami.
The sickest Tennessee Titans podcast. Sick! It's gonna be sick.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Sick Podcast, Talking Titans. I'm Jarett. I'm flying solo tonight, but I do have a very special guest on and a dear friend of the show, another Titans content creator who I love to pick his brain, and I know he likes to pick ours. So let's bring him on here, Shane. Mr. Titans Rossi. What's going on, buddy?
What's going on, guys? I am glad that football is back. It's been I don't know. It feels like this football layoff has been longer for some reason this offseason. I don't know why. It just has that feeling, but man, I'm glad to be back talking Titans and to be here talking Titans with you guys too.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the offseason, it was definitely kind of long, especially for us, because we had the drag on with the draft, and then we had, training camp and NFL combines and OTAs and mini camps, but it all surrounded with Cam Ward. So, I mean, Cam Ward made this offseason a lot better now that we secured him. He is our franchise quarterback. So let's just talk right about Cam Ward right now. I mean, you were there on Saturday at the field, right, at the stadium. First, just talk about the vibe, how it was, because I don't know if there was that many people in the stands. Calvin Ridley said something about that, but I know you dedicated Titan fans were there, obviously. How did you see Cam Ward, move into that offense, up and down the field? Did you see, the throws, were they long, were they, accurate compared to like today's practice they were talking about in the pads where they were short on some deep balls? How did you see Cam Ward on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, he looked great. I mean, to be honest, like it was that vibe where, I don't know, for me personally, I haven't had that vibe in Nissan Stadium in a long time. Even though, I mean, yeah, there was a decent crowd there. I don't remember. I didn't see what Calvin said, but there was a decent crowd there, and the vibe seemed to be like really good. You know what I mean? And I haven't felt it in a while there in Nissan Stadium, and there was just something in the air. You know what I mean? And he made some great throws. He made some great plays. And he looked really, really good. And yeah, he threw a couple deep balls. He was scrambling. The Ridley connection was really there, and that was awesome to see.
Do you think, like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on with practices, and obviously you see all the reporters and out there, the interceptions during practices. Do you see that as a concern right now? With him reading the defense, you think he's struggling reading the defense from going from college to the NFL, or do you just see that, hey, he's a gunslinger, he's going to take these shots, he's going to go back to the meeting room, and he's going to study from that?
Yeah, I think he's a guy. They say that he's been in the building like 5:30 every morning, which is impressive. The concerning thing today is, Teron said from his notes, Cameron Ward needs to speed up the process. He seems a tick behind on the reads, throws, etc. today. Yeah, and I think that stuff is gonna work itself out. I'm not like it being like the fourth practice and the first practice with pads. I'm not extremely concerned about it, to be honest. Like we'll see how camp goes on. Like if this continues, then yes, it should be a concern. Because you remember like a couple seasons ago when Ryan Tannehill was throwing a ton of interceptions in training camp, a lot of people were like, oh, it's no big deal, it's gonna pan itself out, but it carried over into the season. So like I said, let's give it a little more time, a couple more weeks. Let's see how it progresses. I think he's gonna get better and better.
Yeah, I'm not too concerned about the interceptions during camp. I trust Cam Ward. He's very efficient in the middle of the field. I mean, I don't know how when you saw practice live and if you were at the training camp too, Do you see them more in the middle of the field? Are they throwing the ball in the middle of the field, or are they more attacking on the outside? The numbers.
At the stadium, it seemed like they were more on, like the outside. Um, but I've heard them, they are trying to, go into the middle of the field,
Yeah,
like RPOs and things like that. So I think it would be ignorant not to use him that way. Just because of his skill, his ability, um, to hit the middle of the field. I think he's really, I think that's one of his strong suits. So
yeah.
I haven't read much out of practice today. I've read a little bit from Tehran, but yeah, I mean, I think they definitely should use him that way.
Yeah, I think that's like his strong suit too. Just attacking the middle field. That's what he did at Miami and
Yeah.
was. Well, I think they're gonna groom him towards that. Who knows if they were just gonna show off, to everybody at the stands, and they don't want to show too much. But moving along, Jeffrey Simmons lost a ton of weight, obviously. Do you see him moving more into the edge position? I mean, obviously Carter just left the team on retirement. There's a glaring need over there between him and Femi now. Do you see them picking up another edge, and how do you see Jeffrey Simmons really playing the edge or the rotational guy this year?
Yeah, I think they're gonna try and use him in a lot of ways. I mean, he looks fast out there. Like he looks awesome. He looks better and more healthy than he's been in the past couple seasons. I expect him to be like he's been on the field like for the most part, but as we all know, Simmons has played really hurt the past he's like
Yeah,
missed a quarter, missed a game, couple games, few games here and there. I think he's going to be on the field a lot more this season, and yes, I think they're going to move him around all over the line. And dude, I'm excited to see it personally.
yeah. I mean, it's still there to me. I think this team is not fully put together yet. I mean, we're a week in a training camp, so there's going to be roster cuts. There's going to be cuts from other teams. I still think that outside linebacker and that edge is still a glaring need right now. I mean, Cody Barton seems to be holding down the linebacker position on the inside, and James Williams, converted safety over now to linebacker. He's supposed to be turning heads in practice. Did you see him make any plays at linebacker at all? Do you have any insight on him at all?
He looked in person, he looked great, man. He's so fast and he can move, sideline to sideline really well. Um, the way that he can make cuts. It's not like, when you look back on last season and you look on Kenneth Murray, like Kenneth Murray could run a straight line really well, but he would get caught up really easily, like
Hmm.
he would overshoot people. And that's been the knock on him ever since he got out of college. But, with James, I don't see it that way. Like he can cut really well. He can stop really well, change direction. And maybe that's from, when he was a safety and just his ability to change direction and all that. But I'm really excited about the guy, to be honest. Like, and Cody Barton looks awesome out there. I mean, that dude is all over the football field. And honestly, James is not too far behind him.
Yeah, I mean, this defense and this team actually. Let's just talk about the team in general. I mean, we've lacked so much speed on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball. Now, I mean, Restrepo, if he makes a team, he's not that flashy speed guy. But you have Chim, you have Aoman, you have Calvin Ridley. Those guys can actually run. Tajay Spears can run, and those guys are, it's lightning when they run. Now you go on the other side of the ball. You have James Williams who runs too. Now you have Jeffrey Simmons who's losing weight, and another guy that I keep hearing, and it's turning people's heads, is Kevin Winston Jr., the rookie
Mm.
out of Penn State. I mean, this guy supposedly just comes down and attacks the ball, and he gets into the box like a freight train. I mean, if this guy plays like what we're seeing, he's just going to bring another dynamic to the football field. And me and Sal talked about it last week. Did you see how big he really is on Saturday? Did you get a full glimpse of him and how he plays football?
I did, man, and like that, I would say on the defense, like that was the most exciting player that I've seen. And the fact that he's out there and everything after the injury also shows a lot too. Dude, it's exciting to watch him play football. I mean, he's like one of those safeties. He could do a little bit of everything, but he's just a baller, dude. He's a dog, as they say,
Yeah.
and it's exciting to see. Like right now, it's like I was on a show with Titan Upload yesterday, on our channel, and right now it's like there's not really a whole lot of negative. There was a little bit of negative that came out of camp today with the Cam Ward interceptions and this and that,
Yeah.
but right now everybody's like flying high. Everybody's healthy. Like the Titans look, like you said, they look fast out there, dude. They just look, it's a different speed this season. And Winston looks fantastic.
It's just a confidence thing now with the team, because now you're seeing the team post more content with them, like basically like a Hard Knocks. They feel like they're
Yeah,
more together, and that's what they brought with OTAs and mini camp. They split everybody up, offensive, defense, and they grouped everybody up with teams, so they were all playing together, getting to know each other. So I mean, that family camaraderie. Even when I played football, I loved hanging out with the guys. That locker room talk, that hanging out. It seems like they're having more fun now in Tennessee. And Cam Ward, I think, is the reason why this team catapulted the way, just because his aura, I mean, and his presence in the building, and he just demands like respect, and we're going to go out there, we're going to win. And I think that's so contagious in the locker room, how everyone's just coming together like a big brotherhood thing. So, I mean, I think that's going to be a huge difference in confidence going into this year compared to last year, because maybe everybody wasn't really confident like with Will Levis. I mean, he took them to the beach. They did the whole,
right.
taking the receivers out there. I thought it was the greatest thing in the world last year. Boy, was I ever wrong. But I just see something different, just the way this team is acting this offseason. And it's really, really exciting to see as an outsider. I mean, you're there. I'm miles away, but I'm relying on everything I see on the internet, and we'll
Right.
be there to cheer on the Titans in week 2. But just moving on from that now, who do you think is the most exciting player, or the most exciting player that you want to see thrive this training camp?
There's obviously, we got guys like Winston that is going to be. I think Winston is going to be great. He's a rookie. We expect him to like be pretty good out there. We expect him to be, just because of the high draft pick and things like that. But I'm curious to see guys like like Xavier Woods. I'm curious to see our defensive backs. Who's the guy on the other side? I'm drawing a blank.
Jarvis
Yeah,
Brownlee.
Jarvis Brownlee. Like I'm curious to see how he steps up, because he's going to be the starter over there
Oh yeah.
with Snead. And Amani Hooker looks great out there too. But I'm also curious to see that linebacker situation. If Williams can really be that guy and step in, and also the center position, Corey 11, like, can he hold up while Cush is gone? How long is Cush going to be out for?
Hmm.
The offensive line is still very much a question. Like, is Dan Moore like good? You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
mean, the
Seriously.
guy, the guy let up like what, over 9 or
Most
10
pressures
sacks?
last year. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
most
sacks.
pressures, and they paid him all that money. So like the offensive line is still a massive concern for me, especially with Cush out. Then you got Dan Moore you're bringing in. Like, what did they see in Dan Moore that we didn't see? Why did they give him the type of money that they gave him? Like, I'm just hoping that there's something there that we don't know about, and he turns into this awesome tackle. And can Latham hold up? How is he going to do on the right side? So the offensive line for me is still a major focal point. Inside linebackers and Jarvis Brownlee. I want to see if he could step into that role and be that guy.
3 very good position groups, and even player that you want to talk about, because I want to see Jarvis Bradley Jr. take that next step
Yeah.
to be that nasty player alongside Snead, because we always need that, obviously on the defensive side of the ball. But the offensive line, I was hell bent on the last 3 years. You can even go back on videos from me, 3 years. I said this offensive line is great, it's great and great. It's there on paper. It looks good. We have a great offensive line coach. I'm keeping my mouth shut this year until I see the product on the field, because there's two
Right.
first round draft picks on there. There's Cush, who we spent a lot of money on. Kevin Zeitler's over there, who's all pro, and then you have Dan Moore. So when that goes all together and that starts gelling mid-year, then I'll make my comments. But right now, everything looks good. So we'll see what happens with that. But the player that I'm more intrigued about coming in, it's this rookie class, man. It's just driving me um, to like the future and like this Titans offense more and more and more. And I'm not even talking about the wide receivers. I'm talking about Gunnar Helm. We've lacked the tight end position now since Delaney Walker. I mean, people can say all they want about Chig's first year and his rookie year. There was a lot of garbage time, yardage by Chig his first year. He hasn't taken that next step to be elite like Delaney Walker has. Gunnar Helm was a huge target in that Texas offense last year for Quinn Ewers. And I think it's going to be a huge safety blanket for Cam Ward to have that friendly tight end in the middle of the field with that hook, that 5-yard and out, the 5 and in, the dig, the slant, wherever he sits, that huge target of Gunnar Helm now, because I'm kind of out on Josh White. I don't know about you, but that huge target for Gunnar Helm to develop in this offense, I think is going to be a massive leap, for Cam Ward's development in this offseason. What do you think about that?
Yeah, man, I'm with you there. I mean, Gunnar Helm looks awesome out there. The catch that he made the other day where he like pulled it in. I think that was today actually. If
Yeah,
I'm
he had a
not
really good practice today. They said running, blocking, and catching in pass.
right. So I mean, he's an exciting player. He's fast, he's big. And yeah, I mean, Wiley hasn't. I mean, look, let's be honest, like Wiley hasn't really done a whole lot ever since he even got in the league. Like he's made some plays here and there, but Gunnar Helm, I think, is just a whole step above Josh Wiley in every aspect of it. So yeah, dude, I'm super excited about Gunnar Helm, and hopefully Chig, like hopefully this is the year for Chig too. Like I expect a lot out of Chig too.
Yeah, I mean, Chig needs to take that next step, but like I said, it's very hard for me now going into, I think it's year 4 where he didn't develop, but this is the year he needs to prove everybody wrong and take that next step, because the tight ends and the wide receivers, if everybody gets open and the double team's not going to be on Calvin anymore, and the double team may not be on Chig anymore, it's going to free a lot of guys up, and guys are going to be open, and this offense is definitely going to succeed. So
Right.
with that being said, me and Sal have been doing a new game over here. Not even a game. It's just it's Guess That X Titan. We're trying to stump each other the last couple of weeks over here. So I had to keep it rolling. Sal wasn't here this week, so I wanted to keep the momentum going with this game. So I picked an X Titan for you to see if you can identify. So Shane, throw that graphic up for us.
All right.
Can you identify that X Titan?
Oh, man. Dude, I know who that is, but who is that? I don't I can't think of a name. Like
do you know the number? Do you know the number that he has?
The number is very unique. Like nobody
it's
else.
90. It's 91.
Yeah.
He was drafted in the 2nd round in 2008.
Ah, come on, dude. And I wonder if anybody's had that number since. Like that is a very odd number to have. Like I don't know if anybody has had that number yet.
You want me to give you his initials, or do you want me to give you another hint before I get initials?
Hold on, let me think. Give me just a second, man.
Yep, do your thing. This is what makes this game fun. Me and Sal drive each other crazy when we do this stuff, so it's good.
Okay, give me an initial. Give me the first initial.
J.
Jason something. Jason Jones.
Jason Jones, second round pick, 2008, and he made Pro Football Writers Association, I think, All Pro rookie team in 2008. So I mean, he had he was a pretty solid, run defender for us before he went out to Seattle and Detroit. So we like doing this little thing now to stump, to keep the season keep going. So we're gonna carry that all the way to the season. So last week I think he had Vinny Fuller, and I had Eugene Omanu. I picked. Those are just some of the guys that we like to pick out there. But listen, this show has been great, Rossi. I can't thank you enough for coming on. So why don't you plug yourself where we can find your work too?
Yeah, man. Thank you so much again for having me on. Sorry I was a little late coming
It's
on.
all
I
good.
apologize. But yeah, so the Titan Upload Network, just on YouTube, on X. You could follow me on X too at Titans Rossi. And, we've been putting out content daily pretty much. We're still doing the live shows, the shorts and all that. We'll ramp up the live shows even more this training camp and into the season. But yeah, you can follow me there.
Listen, I always appreciate you coming on and talking to Titans, and I can't wait to see you week 2 at the draft party and obviously at the game. That's going to be exciting as hell. So we're going to wrap up today, guys. Support your local Titan content creators with myself and Titans Rossi. So we're going to do it. Please follow us on YouTube, Instagram, like, subscribe, all of us, unsubscribe, resubscribe. You know the deal. So guys, we'll catch you next time. Thank you very much, Rossi. Again, tighten up.
Tighten up.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast Talking Titans on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.